The Birmingham Mail's reported that a mum said she felt humiliated after police turned up at her daughter's school to escort her from the premises after she had an argument with the school following her daughter's return to school after contracting COVID-19. The mum denied the allegations that she was being abusive towards the school and told the Birmingham Mail that her daughter was being treated differently after she returned to school following her COVID illness. Apparently, she was being kept in at lunchtimes and at break times to keep up with her work that she'd missed and to keep her away from other pupils. Many people watching this might be wondering whether or not the school is permitted to ban parents from attending the school, and so I thought I would do a short legal overview to tell you what the position is. Schools are in essence a private premises, whether they are local authority or a privately run independent school. But the parents have an implied license to visit the school, both to collect and to drop off children at school and to come onto the school grounds when it's reasonably necessary. However, I'm sure it goes without saying that parents should be acting in a civil manner towards everybody at the school when visiting the premises. And in fact, this is enshrined in law in section 547 of the Education Act 1996, which in fact sets out an offence for causing nuisance or disturbance on the school premises, briefly as follows. Any person who without lawful authority is present on premises to which this section applies and causes or permits nuisance or disturbances to the annoyance of persons who are lawfully on those premises, whether or not any such persons are present at the time, is guilty of an offence and liable to summary conviction to a fine not exceeding level 2 on the standard scale. And subsection 2 provides that this applies to any school maintained by local authority, any special school not so maintained, any independent school, and any alternative provision academy that is not an independent school. Now, this is one of those cases where I bring up the element of trespass because trespass, unless it is in certain places such as railways, is not usually a criminal offence. It is a civil matter. But although trespass in itself is not a criminal offence in this sense, section 547 of the Education Act would make it a criminal offence for a person to be on school premises without the legal permission to cause or permit any nuisance or disturbance whilst they are there. This means that schools can indeed ask somebody to leave if they no longer want them there. They can ban them from the premises, either temporarily or permanently or until further notice, and warn said parents that they would be committing an offence if they came back to the premises without lawful authority and caused or permitted nuisance or disturbance whilst they are on the premises. Although it should be said that in the case Wansborough Borough Council and a parent of 2000, it was decided that the parent should be given an opportunity to respond before the school makes a final decision barring them from the premises. In some situations, although you should of course seek formal legal advice, the school's decision to ban a parent from the premises could be challenged by way of judicial review. One such method of challenge might be that the decision was Wednesbury unreasonable, which means it was so unreasonable that any reasonable person could not have made such a decision. Now, of course, it's not unheard of for parents to get into disagreements with a school, perhaps even arguments with a school, but I would remind all parents that even if you are very frustrated with the school, just bear in mind that they can indeed ban you either temporarily or permanently from the premises, and if you are deemed to be causing a nuisance or disturbance when you return without lawful authority, because after all it is a private premises, you may well be committing a criminal offence. So I hope this brief legal update is useful to you. Please give it a thumbs up if you like these legal updates, and remember, stay humble and subscribe.